drinks. We try to offer a really inclusive breakfast for everyone. Yeah, just because you are paying for it. I mean, you did sign up, so we want to make sure that your tummies are all full for the day, and then you can go out and have a delicious dinner. Yeah, so there aren't tons of restaurants around. I mean, we actually have 2 restaurants here at the inn. So let's see, one is like a fancier restaurant, very much like suit and tie, nice dress. Yeah. And then we also have another restaurant which is more like family friendly, buffet style. Yep, so they're both down this way, and they're kind of like across from each other. So if you just follow the signs, there's signs everywhere. You'll see them. They're just kind of straight down this hallway, and then at the end there'll be like a fork, and then one goes to one restaurant, the other goes to the other. Exactly. But those are not included in your stay. However, we can look at one of the pricing packages where you do get a dinner included every night if you're interested in that. Or some people like to go into town and get dinners there, so they don't want to get the package. Okay, fair enough. Everyone loves going into town and having dinner. Okay. And then, of course, just some classic stuff that I do just have to say. There is no smoking and no pets in your room. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, check out on Boxing Day will be at 11 a.m. but you can request a late checkout if you want. Now on Christmas Eve, everyone must be in their rooms by 10 p.m. just because we want to make sure that Santa has enough time to come here and get everyone their gifts, right? So everyone must be in their rooms by 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve. And of course you have a bathroom and a kitchen in your room, so you really shouldn't need to exit at all. Okay, and that is just standard protocol because we want to make sure, like I said, that Santa is not interrupted and him and his elves have enough time to give everyone their presents, okay? Great. Alright, so now you are all checked in. If you have a few minutes, I would love to run over our fun activities with you. Okay, awesome. So, because you are staying at the Hallmark Holiday Inn, there are tons of classic, some might call cheesy Christmas events. But I mean, you obviously have the ice sculpting competition. Yep, so that goes on next week if submit that right to me. Okay, my name's Ocean. Lovely to meet you. But you will just submit that right to me at the front desk here, and I will send it off to Santa. Now, just letting you know, if anything on your list is like, I wish for love, I wish for health, I wish for something like that, it will come true, because of course, Hallmark, so that will come true. Finding your prince, you know, sometimes we do get a few princes in here, okay? Yep, and they do love falling in love with the opposite class, okay? So if you are more of a maid, and they're a prince, they'll love that, okay? So if you do ask Santa for true love, or for like health for a grandparent, it'll come true, just letting you know now. Yes, he's the best. Okay. And of course, on Christmas Eve, it's much appreciated if you come down to the lobby, because we also do some caroling. We make some cookies, and we put out some carrots for the reindeer, the cookies for Santa, the milk, all of that yummy stuff, and we do it together as a little community, a little family. And then Christmas morning, it's always appreciated again if you come down to the lobby and open your gifts with everyone. Okay? Yes, perfect. Alright, well, I think that that's basically everything. Also, you must have a cup of hot cocoa or coffee in your hands at all times to keep you and your little mittens warm. But just also because we love hot cocoa and coffee to a ridiculous extent. So, yes. Now we do have a coffee and hot cocoa bar going all the time. Okay, so it's where you would get your continental breakfast, which is right behind you, just down the hall. Which is, like I said, where you'd get your breakfast, but the coffee and hot cocoa bar is always open, okay? Alright, perfect. So I'll let you take this paper, okay? And then I'll also give you 1 or 2 room cards. Just one, okay. Good. There's your room card as well. I'm trying to think, but I think that that's all. Housekeeping comes every day around noon, okay? Perfect. And if you don't want housekeeping, you can just put on the do not disturb sign. Okay, great. Well, it was such a pleasure meeting you and checking you in. Like I said,